Tory Lanez with Chixtape 5. We're gonna listen to it on camera, first time, and gotta be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of Tory Lanez as a singer. I much more prefer him as a rapper. I think he's got a lot of grit. I think he sounds really hungry while he's rapping. Almost reminds me of like Philly, but a lot of people say he's reminiscent of Drake in a lot of ways. And I can see it. I can see arguments being made for that. But as a singer, I think he comes off like a 15-year-old to 17-year-old female R&B singer, and I hate it. That being said, I usually just hate it when it's his original content. So I don't usually mind too much if it's buried within these nostalgic 2000s R&B cuts. So I don't really see too much of a problem. Hopefully I get some good songs here and there, but I'm not expecting too much, right? I will not be giving a rating to this album. I will not be critically judging it. I'll just be listening for the songs that I like and you know, throwing away the ones that I don't. But let's hope I get some songs that I like. Is Tory Lanez the king of R&B? Is Jadakiss the king of R&B? Is that dude with the duck face that reminds me a bit of Chris Brown the king of R&B? Who is it, right? Like Bryson Tiller said, who is it? First track is Jalissa's Back. I'm gonna be honest with you. If your name is Jalissa and you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, I'm gonna need you to unsubscribe, and then I'm gonna need you to delete your existence, because we don't need Jalissas in the world. Like, that name is easily top 5 worst names, just behind Earl and Skip.
Answer the phone.
I'm already annoyed.
Hello, nigga. This is not no little woman no more.
Well, you know what the deal is now. Stop talking. Okay, he's got the Jagged Edge. Every time the beat stops, my heart stops. There we go. I'm not big on this. I used to hate hearing Jermaine Dupri come in with any type of contribution to any of the tracks that he was a part of. Like, his voice just annoyed me so much when I was younger. I hated it so much. I don't know why, but I just hated it. But I like the way he's modernized that track. You know, that's really it. Wasn't a huge fan of Jagged Edge, even though I loved a lot of what they brought to music. I wasn't a huge fan of that track in particular, but I like the way he modernized it. That's pretty much it. Jerry Sprunger with T-Pain, I really did enjoy. I heard it already. It was another track that, you know, it reminded me of a good T-Pain, so it made me want to go back to his discography again. But as far as this track is concerned, I thought it was okay. You know, it wasn't anything crazy to me. Again, Tory's singing voice isn't my speed, so, you know, I'm usually just here for whatever nostalgia is gonna hit me based off of the sample that he's used. Next track, Beauty in the Benz, featuring Snoop Dogg. Oh my god. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. What are you doing? So beautiful, I can see it in front of front. See, I like the way he's breaking up the beat right here and using. Snoop Dogg and Pharrell are a team that you could never replicate or, you know, try to recreate. But I do think, you know, the way he utilized and broke up that beat to kind of make it his own thing, I thought that was really cool. I didn't really care for Snoop Dogg's contribution to it, but I thought he was riding it. I thought he was relax. Just relax, okay? Calm down. I thought it was a great track, honestly. Nothing really wrong with that one to me. Next track is Blowin' Minds, Leah's Introduction. We don't need to stop, let's sip slow. I just got a vibe at your crib. Truth is, you just need to ride on me slow. A lot of rappers, when they transition to singers, and I know Tory's been doing both for a really long time, but a lot of them don't have that thing that a lot of the older R&B singers that were male had, or even female. Like, a lot of them don't have that blues connected to their music to make what they're saying feel heartfelt. And on this track, I feel like he's disconnected from that. Like, if he was an Avant or if he were a Tyrese, he would have easily been able to make this track so much more compelling and heartfelt. But, you know, I just didn't feel it like that. It was all right, but, you know, Tory Lanez handles himself like a rapper even when he's singing, if you get what I mean. Next track, The Take, featuring Chris Brown. Oh, I really wanna take you down. Stop breaking it. Chris Brown in the early 2000s up until like maybe 2010, nothing but hits. I'm flying. Oh no! See, that's what I mean. Like the older R&B, like Chris Brown's not too old, but artists that came in as R&B singers earlier on just had that voice and lyrics filled with desperation for the woman that they were going after, so it made it so much more compelling. And as a younger guy, you know, when I was listening to that type of stuff, it gave me more motivation to go and get what I felt I was. Never mind. But it gave me something more to relate to. Like, I need to have this, you know. And I get that Tory Lanez, I get what he's trying to do here, but when he pairs himself with an artist that has that pain sometimes with their voice, like, oh, I did something wrong and I messed up and now I need to fix it so I can get you back and I'm desperate for you. Like, when he's pairing himself with an artist like that, the disparity between the ways that they sing is just so apparent. It's just so apparent. Next track is Broken Promises. Oh, Ty Dolla $ign would have been perfect on this song. I'm sorry. Broken Promises was pretty good. I like that one. His voice sounded like, you know, like I just took the whole bottle of Hennessy and I'm just sitting in the room just thinking about you, calling you, but you won't answer the phone because you a bit. I'm playing. Nah, I would never say that. I've never said that a day in my life, ever. Seriously, I would never do that. That's just not. That's not me. That's not in me. Now, have I thought it? But yeah, as I was listening to it, I couldn't, like, it's got a lot of momentum to it, but at the same time, I would love to hear Ty Dolla $ign over this track. Next track, The Fargo Splash featuring Ludacris. Oh, I forgot Ludacris did this song. Grab her hair, pull a track back. Got something to prove, not from Houston, but I got something to screw at all times. Okay, whoa, that was a lot. Hey, okay, something, boom, bring the track back, but he's pulling her hair. Boom, I got that. You not slick. Also, I got something to screw. I'm not from Houston. Boom, you not slick. I got that one too. However, you trash on this song. I don't like Ludacris on this song at all. This track didn't need Ludacris, even though it's his song. I do think the older features haven't been pulling their weight so far. You know, Snoop Dogg didn't really enjoy him. Ludacris didn't really enjoy him. But this track is cool. I sound like Joyner Lucas.
She was in the car talking about it.
Yeah, alright. Well, yeah, look.
Well, that's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. Like I said, Jalissa's a problem. She's a bitch. Track number 9 is Love Ya Girl / Love Sounds. Is that where that ends? Featuring who? The Dream. Wait a minute. I'm in the closet. Whoa, never mind. I am outside of that area right now. The Dream, though. That's... I haven't heard The Dream. I haven't heard The Dream in a minute. Okay. I don't mind any of this right now. This is good. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love this song so much. Fuck that nigga. Tell me what it's gonna be. Cause when it comes, what that kitty cat on me. Oh my god, I never thought it was fuck shit. Mama said she say fuck. That nigga in the rib, I say is it here? She say fuck. That nigga. Wait. I was not at all. I just wasn't. I'm still not. I can't even open my eyes all the way. So listen, I was not the most honorable. I started wilding out. I did. That was like my line. That was like my favorite line ever when The Dream came out with that song. Damn, somebody knows how it feels. I remember, and over the course of that next year, I knew quite a few people that were having relationship problems. And let's just finish listening to the song. Ain't coming home. I got her in that song. She on a... I almost died. My man's almost killed me. Yo, the way he's saying it.
It was pricey after this one. Spanish credit cards on the
He's going.
It was Leo status, couldn't call you pricey after this one. You was nice before this, but I got Trey from the let me be the one to make it.
Woo! I'm like, what? I'm 10 tracks in, just noticed Ashanti on the cover. I'm trash. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, dude. It just is. I have no words. Like, I love The Dream. I love Tory's rendition of it. He kind of rearranged it, made it his own a bit. The warped loop sample in the background. I think it works beautifully. It really does. The Dream coming in with a feature, I thought it was Jesus Christ. I thought it was fantastic. But just to say, The Dream almost got me killed a couple times. He did. And that's no joke. He literally almost got me into a lot of situations. And not that it's his fault. I know it's my fault. But it was her fault. And it was their fault. Like, don't be mad at me. Track number 10 is Yessir. I know the sound of this, but I don't remember who it is. I didn't like that track much at all. Maybe that's why I don't remember the sample. Track number 11, Best of You / Busted, the skit. Okay. I can't beat to this. I can't.
On fucking time,
Fucking
right?
Jalissa.
$100 out of my pocket.
Told you, this is why we don't mess with Jalissas. Like, this is, they trash. How pressed do you have to be to pay somebody $500? What kind of money management? Sure, there would have been girls that would have done it for like $20 to $50. Why would you offer $500? The fuck is wrong with Jalissa? Track number 12, The Cry, featuring Mario. I like this dude, but the last thing I heard from him was something. Well, last thing I actively listened to from him was something with him and Nicki Minaj. That music video was trash too. Nicki Minaj legit looked like an overgrown 8th grader, and he looked like the teacher. That video was wild. I like the way he's breaking up the scene. Okay, just interrupt me. Not gonna lie, I wasn't really feeling that one. I like the break that they did at the end though. I thought that was kind of cool. But you know, Crying Out for Me by Mario was a good song just by itself though. Track number 13, Still Waiting, featuring Trey Songz. God, why does he hit me with the best of the best? Can't help bro, what? Put on the original song. Yo, not even Trey is doing justice to his own song. I can't let y'all disrespect the original song like that. I can't. I can't help but wait. That with me it ain't the same. Baby girl, you are a star. Or one that slept on that you really should have done that would have really proved that you was a fan, but you're not. Michael Coxford, help me illustrate my feeling. I don't even know who that dude is that he said in the beginning, but I know the line. I just can't get enough of the way you put it down. Hold up, baby girl, don't talk, just listen. Alright, that's enough of my nostalgia binge for now. That Tory Lanez rendition was cool. It was alright, but like, it's not touching the originals. And that's what some of these tracks make me want to do. They make me want to just go back and listen to the original song. Next track, A Fool's Tale, Running Back. This is a hit, confirmed. You mad as fuck when I spit these facts. Sorry, if you really want to, you come Wednesday. I'm gonna be honest with you, it is a little bit jarring seeing and hearing these R&B singers like get gentrified in a way, because the sound isn't nearly as interesting as it used to be on their own material. Like this is sampling their stuff, and it's almost like you've destroyed an old community and brought back a few footnotes from that community to make the people that are coming there feel comfortable, and you're still adding this totally different sound and aesthetic to it, so when they do come in, they're not the same. It doesn't feel the same, even though I know that he's taking it and making his own thing out of it, including the original so they can be a part of it and so they can be included. I think it would just fare better if some of them were just untouched. Some of them don't need remixing. Some of them don't need to be modernized. Some of them sound better in the time period that they were made. And no matter what he does, he can't bring any more justice to it. And having them be featured on it sometimes just sounds way worse than the original, you know? Not to say it's terrible or bad, but, you know, I'd rather just go back and listen to Foolish. Thoughts featuring Lil Wayne. How did Lloyd slide in there like that? I didn't even hear it transition. Now the auto-tune sounds like some really old Lil Wayne. Sounds like some Sunset Miami vibes. And sometimes it works. I didn't mind that track. 16, If You Gotta, featuring Fabolous. I'm not gonna lie, the tracks are kind of, you know, after the 16, what is it, 16? You got 2 more tracks, like, that's crazy. Okay, never mind. I like this one. Alright, man. What can I say? I'd rather just listen to the original Fabolous song. I don't need this version, I don't. Room 112, featuring Slim and, oh, okay, let's see what this is about. You already know. Show me with the top down, rolling, sitting up in the morning. That's what we gon' do. Always young slim from the wanna give it to you if you let me. And we got the last track here, track number 18, Last Love Letter.
Sometimes I wish I never even met that girl.
You about to call her?
Just when we started getting good.
Oh no, he's gonna show up.
You let me down. And I won't forget that. It says
Chixtape. Yeah. All right, I like that. All right, so Tory Lanez with Chixtape 5. There is a little narrative going on here that you know, he's getting with a chick. Somebody pays the chick because she's a jilted ex, and Tory may have just left her alone or may have ghosted her. She wants revenge. She gets this girl to do something. Only ends up making them a little bit closer by the end of the project. You know, Jalissa can't stand against love. Whatever's meant to be will be. I don't see this Leah chick in Tory's life now, though, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, Chixtape 5. I don't have many thoughts on it. I got some good tracks that I enjoyed heavily out of it, but for the most part, it is a project that I feel like your favorite artists would perform when they are extremely down and out. Not to say that any of the people that contributed to this project are down and out or are in a negative position or a negative place in their life, but I would much rather hear the originals from a lot of these artists than Tory's remixed rendition of a lot of them. Not to say that he's a bad guy or a bad artist. I think the creativity taken and the time put into a kind of a thought or a love piece like this is admirable. But all these do mainly is remind me of the past and give me that nostalgia, which I'm sure is a attribute that he was going for with this tape, but not to the benefit of me re-listening to the songs. I feel like a lot of them just make me want to go back and listen to the original, except that Dream track, except a couple of the tracks Tory does perform here on a few tracks, but for the entirety of the record, it being 18 tracks, a lot of them just feel like rehashes and you know, plastic synthetic versions of organic material that these artists like Ashanti and like Snoop and Pharrell had delivered and Mario had delivered in the past. So also, I don't know why we don't get any Pretty Ricky samples on here. No Jay Holiday, even though he's kind of a one-hit wonder. No Bobby Valentino, even though he sampled him, I think, on the last tape, Chixtape 4. I would much rather hear a lot of those artists as well. Maybe some B2K in there, maybe some Omarion sample. Like a lot of them, get them in there. Hell, if you're gonna sample a lot of that stuff, you might as well go ahead and get Angie Stone in here. Go ahead and get Erykah Badu. Go ahead and get Mary J. Blige. Sample them too. But it is what it is. The tape is what it is. If you're a fan of Tory Lanez and you like his singing voice, you're probably gonna love this album. If you're like me and you like him more as a rapper, there's probably gonna be a few songs that you enjoy. If you've been a soul or R&B fan for a while, a lot longer, you're probably going to enjoy a good portion of what's on this tape and not be too jarred by it. So I ran out of battery, but you get the point. I like the project for what it was. It was all right. Not too much going on, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know how you felt about it in the comment section down below, and I'll see you. Peace. All right. Bye. Jalissa, unsubscribe. Get out. Get out of here. No one likes you.